What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com, and on this channel, we love to talk about it when the sports media gets called out, even if that's by a former professional athlete, and that is exactly the case with Kwame Brown calling out Stephen A. Smith, putting him on blast and forcing Stephen A. Smith to respond, all the while Stephen A. is saying, I'm the bigger man, I won't respond, while he fires off multiple tweets about it. Take a look at this headline. Kwame Brown called out Stephen A. Smith, then gets multi-tweet response. Former NBA player Kwame Brown has been mixing it up with several other former players recently. In fact, he absolutely owned Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, and Gilbert Arenas after they took shots on him on a recent podcast. And you can go and see there's a lot of story behind this. There's a lot of different clips out there. You know, after appearing on All the Smoke, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, and Gilbert Arenas, they threw a little shade at Kwame Brown, talked a little shit about Kwame Brown. He responded. And he buried them. He absolutely did, to the point where they all felt like they had to respond again. And it's not working out very well for them, especially for Matt Barnes, who Kwame Brown took some pretty personal shots at after they decided to talk about him. But what we're talking about today is this Stephen A. Smith scenario, because it did not stop there. Kwame Brown continued to take shots at people who have gone after him in the past. Now, when you look at Kwame Brown's career, you do have to say it's a little bit disappointing after being picked #1 overall by Michael Jordan, in fact. You know, he went on to have a 12-year NBA career, didn't really do anything of note, but was a role player for 12 years, which you have to give some respect to that. Not a lot of people in the world can say that, but that's the story of Kwame Brown. People used to like to really take shots at him for being disappointed after being drafted so high. There's jokes all the time about how he's a bust. Oh, this is going to be another Kwame Brown. You hear that a lot. Well, it looks like Kwame's kind of had enough of it, and he's coming after Stephen A. Smith. Take a listen.
Hey, Stephen A., you bald forehead, people thinking you tough. Saying all kind of shit like, oh, then you come see me. Well, let's go to Seattle and you sign a, well, Seattle, you ain't got to sign no waiver. Meet me in Seattle where you can have mutual combat and talk like that. I'll slap a tooth. It'll look like you got a toupee on the front of your head, or how hard I'll slap the back of your head, motherfucker. The hell you talking about? Y'all got that.
So there you go. That's a response from Kwame Brown to Stephen A. Smith. Look, Stephen A. needs to keep away from Seattle if that's where Brown is wanting him to go. Avoid it at all costs. From everything I've seen in the last couple days, this is the last man Stephen A. wants to be throwing hands with. It looks like he's wisely going to avoid the altercation based off everything we've seen from him on social media since Brown came at him. For instance, Stephen A. Smith, multiple tweets. Someone said, respond to Kwame. Stephen A. Smith responds while saying he will not respond. I will do no such thing. I will not waste my time. That man is right. He's been retired for years, yet all of us have been guilty of speaking on him from time to time. He has every right to speak his mind. Go for it. So after getting blasted, he's kind of bending the knee a little bit to Kwame Brown and saying it's right for him to get upset at us for dragging his name through the mud. Stephen A. Smith again, folks, it's called big boy rules. The man has been minding his business for years, taking one insult after another. He's perfectly entitled to speak out. I have no problem with it. I can take it. Have at it. Please, and he kept responding, please, bro, you clearly don't know who you're talking to. That man is entitled to say whatever he wants. When I care enough to speak on it, I will. Pay attention and learn. You're obviously continuing to speak out about it. You are continuing to speak on it, even though you're saying that you're not. Stephen A. Smith is. It clearly bothered him to respond to 3 different people who asked him to respond to Kwame. But Kwame Brown, I'm going to continue to keep my eye on what he's talking about. He has a video where he says he doesn't miss the NBA because it's too woke. We're probably going to talk about that a little bit too. But Kwame Brown just throwing hands on social media with a lot of different people, including the mainstream media. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to Sports Wars, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.